Hey, good morning, everybody. So, if the markets have you confused right now, you're not alone. So, sit tight because I'm hoping to give you some clarity and some direction. So, let's just talk about some generalities first. 5 out of this past 6 days, inflows on the SPY and QQQ. So, they're buying it up. Dark pool orders since the last 24 hours, about $2 billion of the SPY, which is telling me the market is poised either for a break up or a breakdown. Now, the numbers and the data that's coming out tells me the market should be breaking down. The divergence in the UK is going like crazy, meaning UK came out with their PMI numbers, which are their manufacturing numbers. When they go below 50, technically that's a recession. Right now, the numbers are pretty damn close to 50. The US came out with, let me just give you guys some more facts. Posted this one this morning. Okay, the US came out with their budget deficit, okay, or their account deficit. For quarter four, which was reported last year, the deficit was $217 billion. Wait, it just got revised up $7 billion to 224. Shit, can it get much higher? Well, quarter one's deficit just came out, and quarter one's deficit was supposed to be 273 billion, a whole 30 billion higher, but it wasn't. It came in at 291 billion. So understand, it went up 20 billion from the revised numbers that were up 30 billion, meaning we are trading at a huge deficit. And then again, you go to UK PMI numbers, which are down. The US is headed to recession. There's no doubt about it. Now, the great news about it is Jim Cramer came out this morning and he said, hey, shit, looks like it might be time to buy stocks. So I actually think the market has a chance of going down. Let me bring up a chart real quick and then we'll talk about it. Boom. Here's your chart, how the SPY ended yesterday. This is the 1 minute chart, okay? Towards the end of the day, I was on with the trading champ, right? And this dude, and it was recovering about 10, 15 minutes till the end of the day. What did they do at the end of the day? They sold off. Okay, but again, I was on with the trading champ yesterday. Dude's pretty smart for a 21-year-old kid because that's what you are, 21, you're a kid. So 2 things he said for the people out there. Number 1, let the market guide you, okay? You don't have to guess and say, this is what's going to happen today or this is what's going to happen today. Let the market tell you and use the SPY and QQQ ranges, which I've got right here, which I'm going to share with you in 1 minute. The other thing he said, if you're newer to trading, don't have that FOMO to get involved with trading so quickly. Paper trade, whether you're on Robinhood or Webull or TD or something like that, find out how to paper trade. Instead of putting a few $100s in your account and getting trading right away, our platform is so freaking cheap that you could just sit there and learn for a month or 2 before you start trading. So here's the catch. Instead of putting in $200 and another $200, another $200, and you're in for 6, sit on the side. Paper trade, put 200 in your bank account, 200 in your bank account, 200 in your bank account. When you're ready to trade, whether he said 6 months, I'm a little more anxious than that. So I would say like 2 months, paper trade for 2 months. Show me you can make profit. You'll have $1,500 on the side that you've been saving. You put it into your account, and that's how you begin trading. All right, let's talk about the ranges. I have a big board in front of me there, but I'll actually post this up here. So we've got the SPY on top. So we were as high as 378 pre-market. We closed at 374. So what am I expecting from the SPY? Well, first, you could see up and down 4 points per range. But on the high side, here we go, 8-point trading range on the day. If we hit 381 on the high side, we should hit 373 on the low side since we closed at 374. The point is, if you're in any put positions, you could probably hold on. Yes, it's like riding the elevator, especially if the market spikes to like 378 on open and looks like it's heading to 381. You're like, oh shit. But if you understand the day range of 7 or 8 points, if we call the top, I mean, if the top is 384, then we'll probably have the bottom at 377. So that would be no good for puts. But again, use the ranges. Okay, let's go to the QQQ here. Close at 280, which is right here. We're about 283 pre-market, or at least we were when I made this board. We're somewhere in between. Understand, 283 should be rejection. 278 should be support. So you're looking to see if it breaks up or below those numbers. As far as my guess estimate on the SPY today, I mean on the QQQ, if we see 285 or 284 on the high side, which is still higher than where we are now, you're probably going to see 278 or 277 on the low side, which is a whole 1% under where the market closed. So anybody seeing the market going like gangbusters futures wise, understand again, I've mentioned this a bunch on my Discord, which is 349 family. I used to say 349 trading. It's 349 family. Now, the great thing is, if you're watching me for the first time, we're now offering 2 free days again. We did this a few months back. It was pretty good. We're going to do it again through the end of the month. So again, if you're looking to join a Discord and you're looking for some type of guidance throughout the market day, well, 349 family is there. I told you guys about buying our NFTs last week when Ethereum was $840 something, which made our NFT like 400 and change. Now Ethereum is back probably close to $1,100 or $1,200. It means they were 20% higher. I sold my Matic yesterday at 48 cents each, I believe, or 47 cents. I said it was going higher. 51 was supposed to be my exit. I would have been out of there today, but I wasn't. So again, let's go back to the market. I'm going to draw it out for you because I look at the data, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm looking at the data. The data is shit for the market. The data tells us we're going to recession. The data says that the 10-year should be higher. So I'm waiting for the 10-year to spike, which makes stocks more expensive. But let's just go. Here we are. Okay, so we ended yesterday at 374, right? We're up at 377 pre-market, maybe even 376. So we'll draw our line right there. What's likely to happen is we'll see a dip, recovery, something like that. This is what I'm thinking is going to happen today. I'm thinking we start out up, we take a dip, we're back to like 375. People go, oh, I don't know. They give you a fake push higher, sells off, another fake push higher, because that's what they like to do. They like to pump and dump the market. So that's what I'm thinking today. If I had to put a wager on the table, a guess. Now, I would say pump and dump. I would say probably 66% if I had to throw a number. I'm not 100% sure of anything, but I'm more than 50%. So I'm like 2/3 sure that I will be correct. Now, 1/3 is the complete opposite story, because understand the SPY has been trading within a narrow range and it's been inflow 5 out of 6 days. So your SPY, here you are, narrow range, 5 out of 6 days inflow. If they decide to buy up the market and we're going to have a bull run, it could explode north, which sucks for all of the put holders or the UVXY call holders or something to that extent. So I will not make a decision on what I think is going to happen in the market until at least 10:30. So I'm going to sit tight with my positions. This is what I've already decided this morning, because if I did not sit tight with my positions, the other option is, okay, and this might work for some people as well, okay? Right now, you've got the IWM, it's up about 0.22% pre-market, about 37 cents. So if you want to get out of a position and you're like, my option closed at $2 and you have fear that it's going to go, the market's going to go in the other direction, whatever your position is, let's say you have a $2 option, you could say, okay, I'm a little scared. I know the market is volatile and open. I would take $2 for my $2 option that closed. I didn't sell it at close yesterday, but I would gladly take $2 this morning because I'm fearful because futures were pushing higher and I'm not sure what's going to happen today. So what does that do? When the market goes like this, to start, somebody buys your option and you're out of your position, meaning you don't have to take a loss if you're fearful that the market's going to go in the opposite direction. I only mention that because I'm in with my small accounts with some IWM puts, and we know that IWM, the Russell was all the way at 169 yesterday, 169 and a quarter. It was 169.05 this morning pre-market. They look to be buying it. So you say to yourself, shit, if it's going to 169, my account will take a beating. So maybe on open, if it fluctuates, I can get the $2 that it closed at yesterday. I'll have my same money on the side. My account will be up in green, and then I could wait for market direction. Again, I mentioned the YouTube live stream that I did with Champ yesterday. He hates to predict market direction. He doesn't want to say the market's going north or the market's going south. He likes to use his key indicators. So again, we've got those on Discord. So please use them. Look at unusual options activity. Look at the quant alerts. Now, here's how I use the quant alerts. I look at them. If they pull back, then I buy them. If they're showing me a bullish sign on the quant, like this stock is bullish and it drops 2%, boom, I'm in. If they're telling me that the quant alert is bearish on whatever stock it is, so it's bearish on Apple and Apple spikes 2 points higher, well, shit, I'm getting better entry than everybody else that used that alert. So when I see alerts on Discord for quant alerts, I note them. They go on a watch list for me, and then I wait. And if it moves in the opposite direction than the quant alert was telling you, I'm waiting for the absolute bottom or the absolute top for puts. So that's how my trading happens. With that said, we just hit 9 o'clock. It is picking up. I love you all. I will be on Discord in a little bit, but I'm taking my girls to camp. So I'm going to see everybody later. Please remember, I erased the ranges. Remember the ranges, the SPY, the QQQ. It will trade from the low to the high about 7 to 8 points. So I'm not asking you to identify market direction. What I'm saying is when you think you found the bottom, you say 7 points up from the bottom. This is where the top should be. When you find the top, you say to yourself, 7 points down from the top. And again, it doesn't seem likely, but history repeats itself. And day after day, you're going to see the SPY ranges. If you like this, stay, watch the video that I shot yesterday with Trading Champ or yesterday's pre-market video. When I'm telling you what I'm seeing, that's how it's going to help you. And I'll be back on Discord shortly.